Are you one of those girls that loves a recipe to follow? You like a plan and you want to stick to it? Or are you one of those girls that flies by the seat of her pants and just does whatever she thinks of that gets the job done? Well, I'm probably a little bit of both. But I want to tell you that when we're running a business, it's a really good idea to have a plan and to know where you're spending your time so that you don't get overwhelmed. So I want to teach you something today. I don't know if you have ever heard in Premier Designs of our 5 S's. We used to teach these forever ago in all of our shows. You know, I've been with Premier for over 11 years, and so we used to say the 5 S's, the things you never did when you wore your jewelry, right? Don't shower in it, don't sweat in it, don't spray in it. You remember those things? Well, I want to tell you 5 S's that I think you can remember that are really important for you to do in your business. The first S is schedule. Schedule shows. You can't have a strong Premier Designs business without having customers. And one of the best things that you can do is to get several customers in a room at one time and share with them the incredible versatility of our jewelry. But it starts with scheduling it. So this is an area that you need to make time for every day. So if you only have an hour or 2 that you're going to devote to your business, make sure you plan accordingly. I believe that about 20% of your time every single day should be spent in maintaining your calendar, scheduling events. This is where you're going to make your money. You cannot push this off to the side and focus on it later. You need to make sure that you are doing what you need to do to meet the ladies that might be hostesses in the future. So what's involved with scheduling shows? Texting people, calling people, talking to them in real life, maybe going to a networking meeting or maybe a play date, just opening your mouth and letting people know what you do, sharing the good news of all the free jewelry that your hostesses can get, talking to people, and actually getting dates on your calendar. It's also very important for you to know how many events that you want to do in your business each month and what days of the week you want to do those events. That way, if they're empty, you know you got to fill them. And don't just focus right now. Be looking at next month and the month after that and the month after that. Know where you stand. So scheduling shows is very important. The second part of the 5 S's is supporting your hostess. Once you have those shows, you need to start to build a relationship with that gal. You two are partners, and so you need to spend about 20% of your time supporting that hostess. That means coaching her. My favorite thing is to meet her in person at her home or for coffee or at work. I think that solidifies the relationship, helps with cancellations, builds a friendship and a rapport. It makes me more comfortable and her more excited. And when she sees the jewelry, if it's just the things I'm wearing or some pieces that I bring, that excitement will help me to have a better show. But if you're busy and you can't go and see her in person, that's okay. We have modern technology. Make sure you're texting her, calling her, giving her the information that she needs. This should be about 20% of your time. So you need to make sure she knows about how to let all of her friends know about the show. You might want to create a Facebook event where you can post some fun videos and some pictures. That's part of that 20%. You're supporting her when you're telling her friends about this event. Make sure she has catalogs. Make sure she has her own special link that goes directly to her event. Make sure she's excited and informed. Just stay connected with her like she's your friend. Touch base. Send her some cute little things that she could text out. Make sure you make her an invite and an event. The third S is the show. Show the jewelry. You can't have a business selling jewelry if you're not showing the jewelry. So make sure you're wearing the jewelry and make sure you're having events where you get to show it off. Make sure you understand the versatility of our jewelry. I think that is one of the greatest aspects of Premier Designs, is that our jewelry does so many things. It can be long, it can be short with a clip-it. The double lobster clasps allow strands to be removed. There's so many fun things we can do by adding a pendant or layering 2 pieces together. Make sure you know the jewelry that you have and that you love it, and you know what kind of goes together so you can show people. Just have a little fun. People have different tastes than you. They're gonna like pieces of jewelry that you don't like, and that's okay. So you just need to tell them why you love what you have and let them look in the book and find what they love. But make sure you're showing the jewelry. Showing the jewelry should be about 40% of your time. Almost half of all of your time in this business should be about showing different people the jewelry. You can do that in a home with multiple people at one time. That's my favorite. I make the most in one night when I do that. But I love to meet people for coffee or on the way to school. I talk to another mom at the school or the bus stop, at work, wearing your jewelry. People give you compliments. Tell them how they can get it for free. Maybe give them a discount. That's all showing the jewelry. So that's very important. Now, when I say show the jewelry, I mean there's you, there's another person, and there's jewelry involved. This isn't posting. This isn't just texting out things. Showing the jewelry would be you, another person, and the jewelry. That's where the majority of your time will be spent. This is where you're going to sell the jewelry, you're going to book shows, and you're going to sponsor jewelers. Anything where you are with another person and there's jewelry involved. The fourth aspect of the 5 S's would be submitting the show. Now, this probably will only take about 5% of your time, but you need to make sure you are comfortable and competent in how to take money and deal with ProPay and the Square and cashing checks. And there's just some business stuff that you're definitely going to have to do in this business. So make sure that you've talked to your upline and you completely understand how to put an order in, the difference between an individual order and a group order, how to deal with a fundraiser, because that is an awesome way to build your business. To be able to help a individual or a group raise money for a special cause while you also build your business. It's a really great partnership to get involved in. But about 5% of your time will be submitting that show. Once that show is submitted, you're not done. Now we want to stay connected. So this is really important. It's follow-up. We want to stay connected with that hostess. We want to stay connected with those customers. We want to make sure that they love their jewelry. I love to text people and say, is your jewelry behaving? It's a great way to stay connected so that in the future they can be a customer, or they could be a hostess, or they could join your premier family. So some ways to stay connected might be a VIP group. Now just know that when I'm staying connected, this is about 15% of my time. So I do not post a ton in that VIP group because I know that that will take time away from me showing the jewelry, supporting my hostesses, and scheduling shows, which is where the majority of my time is. But I definitely want to stay connected. So I do post about 3 or 4 times a week. I have little contests in my VIP group, and I message people, I text them, I ask them how their jewelry is. It's really important to set a plan in motion in how you can stay connected with your customers and your hostesses. Now there's a 6th S when you feel like you've got a good grasp on all of these, and that's sponsoring. That is where you will really grow your business. If you've stayed connected and you've supported your hostess and you're showing the jewelry and you're scheduling events, sponsoring is going to come naturally. Make sure you share the fun that you're having, the money that you're making, the trips that you're winning, the free jewelry that you're getting, and the love that you have with all the wonderful friends in your premier family. And people will be drawn to your business. Get excited about what you're doing. Know that it's simple. When you show the jewelry, remember, it doesn't need to be complicated. Just tell them why you love this jewelry and this company, and they will fall in love with it as well. So I hope that helps. The 5 S's to your business. Just keep it simple. Kind of watch where you're spending your time. If you feel like you're spending too much time in submitting the show, the paperwork side of it, and staying connected, the VIP side of it, and you're not really seeing the results from that, you're not booking more shows, you're not sponsoring more jewelers, then you might want to adjust the time you're spending there and try to get more of that time where you're showing the jewelry, where you're getting in front of real people, with the actual jewelry and making connections and scheduling shows. It's simple, it is not complicated, but it is wonderful. I love this business, and I hope you fall back in love with this business as well.